Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Algebra Honors. Good to have everybody here today. What we're going to do is start on our test review, and we're going to probably not go very deep into this particular one. You see there probably, I think there's 18 problems total on here if you look at all the sides. And so my thinking is today we're going to tackle that first page and get maybe 4 or 5 of these done, I hope. And
when is that supposed to be?
probably Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah, so give us plenty of time for review. And I'll tell you other ways you can review too that will be helpful. One thing you're always welcome to do, if you have problems with a particular thing, you can come see me after school sometime and we could work over some sample things on that. Okay. So these first couple problems are finding excluded values to this rational expression. So I want you to go ahead and work on that one, and we'll kind of see how we do on that one. Okay, and I'll go ahead and see if we did it right or not. All these things we've done pretty much before, but what we're doing in this review, we're sort of trying to put everything together and have it fresh in our remembrance, at least as much as possible.
I had some salad today.
So you brought your cafeteria salad?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
That's good.
When you take out
Very right.
10x, wouldn't it just be 4x?
All right.
X minus 2?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
let's go ahead and see this.
Hold on.
So what are you going to do with this here?
When you ran.
What's your strategy on this?
Simplify it.
What I do here, even before, Steve-O said simplify, and I think that's right. But even before I do that, I like to do this. Okay, I like to do that first. Why is that? It's a tickler, right? It reminds you of what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
You can take out.
and then what next?
Take out 10x.
Okay, Steve-O was saying take out 10x. Is everybody okay with that?
That's what I did.
And then we have next.
And then you like x minus 4.
X minus 4.
And then you have both of your. Then you have both of your actuals, since x does not equal 0, and 4.
So something like this, right? Okay, this is what I recall the answer being for this. Any questions on this?
You've got to
Did you
0.
write the 0?
Yeah, you
Well, I forgot to write the 0. Thank you. Forgot to write the 0. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. But any questions on this?
Yeah, let's do everybody.
Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to have this firmly ensconced in your mind, because when you're tested on this,
You don't need it.
yeah, so make sure you know how to do these. So the pattern is I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next one, have you work on it, and then we'll see how we do, right? Okay, let's go ahead to the next one. Problem 2. What are the excluded values to this rational expression?
X cannot equal 6 and X cannot equal -2.
X plus 2, well, for the denominator, we would factor out the X plus 2 or X minus 6.
Okay,
So that would make X cannot equal 6, X cannot equal -2.
yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, that's the copy of mine.
Okay, homie, I raised my hand, it wasn't my fault that you decided to just like take
I
over.
think I should just choose.
Like you did together.
I asked, and I had it written down on my paper.
Right.
So did I.
Okay, same,
Why do you copy you?
right?
Yeah.
The very same technique is what you did, I mean, conceptually, that you did for number 1, right? Which was x squared minus 4x.
Yeah, I feel like I know how to do this.
You know how to do this?
I feel like you don't know how to do it.
I feel like I probably don't do this.
So now, and Abigail said something like this. You said x minus 6,
Yeah.
X plus
6
2.
and X plus 2.
So therefore, x cannot equal 6, and x cannot equal
What way?
-2,
Weird.
right? Any question on this one? So did you find these first two were pretty easy, I hope?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the easy ones.
Is it also can equal 0?
Okay, okay, Jace just asked a question. Also cannot equal 0, that's the question, right? Well,
Good one, Mr. G.
that is a good question, actually.
Give her a star.
But okay, but what you can do is you can answer your own question, Jace, right? Because if you plug in 0, well then you could have -9 over -12, which would be 3/4, which coincidentally is the same answer to our SAT problem today,
No.
right? If you plugged in 0. So, Jace, when you plug in 0, the function is defined, therefore 0 is not an excluded value. Okay? All right, okay, that is a good question. Now, Jace, let's say instead we had this thing like this, x. Now would 0 be excluded value?
Yo.
Yeah, it would be now. Would be now, right?
Because it would make everything make a difference.
Exactly, Jace. Okay, good. Okay,
Just in baseball?
next, 3. All right. Now, the next thing here, it says write 3x plus 9 over x minus 4 as equivalent rational expression that has this denominator. Chris, are you doing this one, Chris?
Yo. Shit on.
You show us the first two, then the next one is.
Yeah, the next two are the first two are kind of similar. The next two are kind of similar. So we're going to see we're going to see things like that, like sets of problems.
Just nothing like 5. 5 is allowed.
5 is a long one.
No, it's allowed. It's not pale.
Oh, it's not paired with anything. It's kind of a separate
Yep.
entity. Okay. All right. So for this one here, what okay, here we have 3x plus 9 over x minus 4. So what do we need to do to establish this expression with this common denominator?
Times it by x plus 5.
Yeah, we need to multiply this denominator here by x plus 5. And when we do that, what do we have to also do?
Top by the
Top two.
Top also, thank you, Steve-O, Chris.
That's like C, 5x, 3x plus 9.
Yeah, you can factor that out. If you wanted to do extra work and factor it out, that's okay, but we can actually, this alone here meets the qualifications of what is being asked of you to do, right? So we can just leave it like this.
Sorry, Mr. D.
Guys, you guys making sorry a way of life, please. All right,
That's how you get through everything, Mr. D.
maybe so. Okay. That's
how
right.
it is. Sorry.
No, but it is true. If you look, sorry is a way of life if you look at it a certain way.
Yep.
Yeah.
That made me back to the.
Okay, I want you to do number 4. And number 4 is asking the same thing as number 3. But this one here, I thought, is more rigorous and difficult to do. Yes. Okay.
That's way off. That's way off. The bottom of my neck. Hey!
Okay, Chris, is there a right hand at work right now?
I wrote it down, I think I had it right, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. So you finished is what you're saying.
I just want to see if I got it right.
Okay. Right, I see other right hands at work.
I did what you did last time, so we'll see.
Okay. Now what I did with these is where do you think I got these problems from?
The internet.
No.
The test.
What I did is I looked at the test that you'll be taking next week and I said, okay, what are going to be the same type of problems, same like degree of difficulty? So I tried to make it so if you understand what's on this, then your test should be okay. I hope you found the other reviews we've done, previews for tests, similar, right? Yeah, Victoria says so. And those weren't easy tests, right? But with the review in place, you're gonna do okay, or very well.
She was such a failure, dude.
Give you another couple minutes on this.
What is it called? To them? What is it called? To them?
Did you, Abigail, did you figure this one out?
Maybe.
Maybe, she said maybe. I like that. Victoria, you finished this one? Think?
I don't know.
You don't know what to do? Okay. Yeah, this one has a little trick on it, I think. There's a little bit of trickiness to this one, I agree.
I'm not probably
Isn't that
sure
the
my
same
answer,
thing
but I
as the
have
algebra?
it.
Yeah, it's a similar conceptually, but it has, it's,
Thank you, dude.
okay. let's go ahead. Did you get it? You don't think so? Okay. Right. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite this like, I'm going to put 3x cubed. And what's happening, what I'm going to do here is take the factored form of this, and that's, no, it's going to be 3x minus 2, right? Let me write it out the way I intend to do it. So 3x minus 6 is equal to 3 times x minus 2 here, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this thing here with 3x minus 2. So what's going to happen right now?
3 multiplied by 3, so I'll get 5.
So we can cancel these out. So
Okay, so I did do it right.
so now we're not done yet though.
I know, but like, it's going in the same
Okay.
direction that I went. That was
So the next thing I would look for is this thing right here is causing us some problem because we have x minus 2 here, but we want to have 2 minus x. How do we do that?
multiplied by
Flip
negative.
them. No, make it
gotta multiply it by
negative 2
negative.
plus x.
Yeah, so what happens is, I think Abigail said it pretty well. So if we go ahead and make this negative, we can make this negative 2 minus x and get the same thing, right? So now we've made this that way, right? And and what can we do? I'm going to work to the right here. What can we do with this negative sign? We can bring it up top, or we can leave it down there. I'd like to bring it up here like this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because that's not in this as a denominator, right? So we can move it up here. Okay, what's the next thing we do?
Multiply by x.
Multiply by this, right? So now do we have the equivalent expression with the same denominator here? Yeah. So this is going to be our answer.
Dang it, I was close.
So,
You're close?
Wait, why did you flip it?
Pardon me?
Why did you flip it?
Flip what?
The x minus 2.
Okay, because what I want to do is I wanted to get it in this form here, right? To make it in this form, so x minus 2 is the same as negative x plus 2, which is the same as negative 2 minus x. So I evolved this into this.
Why would you need to do that though?
Because I wanted to get it looking like this.
Because before the 2 was negative, but we needed the x to be negative instead. The way we did it, it turned into positive, so we're only negative, because that's what we needed.
So you had to bring a negative sign out of here, factor negative out of here to get it in this form here.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Other question, and this one here is, I think, significantly harder than number 3, right? But you
I'm
can.
proud of myself, Mr. G. I took back what I said about me maybe having it solved.
So you actually got it right. Who else? Abigail got this right. Who else did? Okay, good. So
I
Abigail.
was just concerned about the canceling out. I was like, is that even what we're
Number
working
5?
Yeah.
I got that done already.
Pardon me?
I already got number 5.
You already got number 5? Okay.
I have not gone very far.
So let's go to number 5. And I think today
I got you.
we may just stop at number 5.
So you were looking at it as high right? Is that going all right? Is it good?
177.
It's pretty high. It's about to die.
Hey, that's high.
Yeah, oh
It's
man.
not high.
Mr. G, what's your heart
That
rate?
was high.
It used to be really, my heart rate used to be like in the 30s, something like that. Now it's more like in the 50s.
What
In
is
fact,
your-
my doctor was talking about, well, as you get older, you might need a pacemaker because that's a pretty slow heart rate.
Is it better to have it fast or slow?
Well, I'll explain that later. Let's go ahead and finish this one out. So what would you do with this one right here, with number 5? Pardon me? Simplify the top. I don't know if simplified is exactly the word I would use. Factor, right?
You also need to on the bottom.
So yeah, so we factor. So Jace, what'd you get for factoring the top here?
X times, is it X minus 5 and plus 4?
X plus 4, okay.
What,
You,
wouldn't it be plus 5 and minus 4 since you're getting negative thing? Instead of positive, wait,
No, it would be negative.
oh, that's,
Negative 5x. So what you do is you look at this. You got negative 5x
oh, yeah,
here,
yeah.
and then you get plus 4x here. So that's going to give you your negative. Okay, good job.
You could also factor x squared minus 16 be x plus 4 and x minus 4.
Yeah. So Steve-O is talking about the denominator.
And once you do that,
And so we have, as Steve-O is saying this, x plus 4, x minus 4, is that what you said?
yeah, and then you could cancel out the x plus 4.
And stick that, keep that X plus 1 in there.
Yeah. And
So what, you cancel out what you can, which is going to be this,
And that's
And
the
this.
simplest form.
and that's it, right?
And the excluded values are negative
Yeah.
1, negative 4, and 4.
Yeah, so that's going to be, yeah, and Steve-O is also going on to talk about excluded values, which is beyond the scope of what's being asked here, but he's right.
Okay.
That's okay, yeah, that's good, because you're going to need to do this when you actually solve it. So what I want to do today is just go this far, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Because we only have 7 minutes left.
So with the